So today, Peroxide will finally be releasing, which is a Bleach game that's had a lot of anticipation behind it. And the game can get very confusing for new players, so I want to give you guys a guide that will save you guys a lot of time. I'm going to be going over all three races, Hollow, Quincy, and Soul Reaper, just so everybody can watch this video and understand what they need to do. And I want to include all the information I know you guys need to know, and I believe will save you a lot of time, so let's get straight into it. I stream on Twitch daily.
God did.
So after you do the tutorial, you're going to spawn in Katakura Town, which is just Earth basically, and you're going to be a normal human. And essentially what you need to do off spawn is die, and you need to die to a hollow because you're going to have new protection unless you want to get rid of your new protection, but I really wouldn't recommend that. So just run around until you find an invisible hollow. Sometimes they'll be bugged like in my clip and it won't actually grip you, but most of the time they should grip you, and then from there you'll become an actual lost soul. So now that you're finally a lost soul, you need to pick your faction. So you need to pick Quincy, Soul Reaper, or Hollow. And it's actually really easy. You're going to have an item called a Soul Wayfinder, and you got to click on your Soul Wayfinder, and you're going to see two icons, a Quincy icon and a Soul Reaper icon. The Quincy one is the blue one and the Soul Reaper one is the white one. And if you're going Quincy, just go and talk to the Gunther NPC, and if you're going Soul Reaper, just go and talk to Kisuke. Now if you are going Hollow, it's even easier. All you have to do is press G 3 times. Once you do that for all three races, you're going to have an item in your inventory that allows you to TP to your respective faction's base. For the Quincy's, that would be Wandin. For the Soul Reapers, that would be Soul Society. And for the Hollows, that'd be Hecomundo. Now, for Quincy's and Soul Reapers, I wouldn't recommend you instantly going TP. But if you're going Hollow, you should go to Hecomundo instantly after you become a Hollow. Now, from here, you could actually start to progress. First, I'm going to go over all the general progression information that everybody needs to know. And then I'm going to go over the Hollow-specific information that only Hollows need to know. But even if you're going Hollow, you still need to know the general information. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is use your Soul Wayfinder again. Your Soul Wayfinder is kind of like your best friend in this game. It takes you to generally where you need to go. And you're going to want to go to the yellow money sign because that's where the quest boards are at. Now, once you're at the quest boards, at first you just need to get your money up, but only for a little bit just so you could get some base money and some base levels. The easiest quests in my opinion are deliver the package and kill 3 hollows, so I would recommend you guys do those. So once you get $50, I believe, then you need to talk to the guy next to the quest board. And essentially he lets you choose what stat you want to up your potential in. Because if you just do it normally, you're not actually upping your potential, and you'll pretty much be doing nothing after like your second quest or something. In the clip I just played, I chose agility, and that's what I would recommend you guys do as well, because agility is what allows you to flash step, which really helps with pretty much everything in the game. So I'd at least do it until you get your base flash step at like level 10. Now there's a separate way to up your potential, and that's the gym. The gym is very close to where Kisuke is. You could just follow the video, and essentially you gotta buy a gym membership for like 50, very similar to tuning your quest. It lasts for a limited time though, and then you gotta buy it again. But if you do decide to go to the gym, it's there to up your potential, similar to tuning your quest. So just pick the machine of the stat you want to up. Now the gym has different mini games for each machine, and they're really annoying in my opinion, so I just was doing the normal like hollow quests and whatnot, but you can do the gym if you want. Now before I go into the hollow specific things you need to do, I want to talk about the next thing you're gonna have to do after you get to about level 50 or 60, and this is called evasions. You can do it earlier if you have friends or you're just good at the game, but I would recommend like level 50 or 60. So first, to do invasions, what you need to do is go into your own world. That means if you're a Quincy, go to Wandin. If you're a Soul Reaper, go to Soul Society, and if you're Hollow, go to Hecomundo. But I need you to use your Soul Wayfinder and look for the purple icon. That is essentially the guy that takes you to the invasions. There's multiple different types of invasions depending on what your rank is, and generally I would just recommend the highest rank you could actually do and the highest you could actually complete. Rank is separate than your level, and you could check it by looking at your stats and then the middle of your screen. I believe you start at rank F or rank D, and you're gonna have to limit break to rank up every time. It's essentially just when you get too many stats that you need to limit break, and you just need to kill hollows and then click G to limit break. It sounds a lot more complicated than it is, but just make sure you're actually checking your stats to make sure you don't need to limit break. Now I want to let you guys know what you need to consider in choosing what race you want to go, and also talk about hollow specific progression. So obviously different races have different abilities, so you want to make sure your race has abilities you actually like, which does sound really obvious, but if you consider most of the abilities aren't canon, you really don't know what race has what abilities. And if you're considering progression, all three races pretty much have the same progression, outside of hollows having an extra step pretty much, and that's the Fishbone to Vastalorde progression you got to do, which I'll explain briefly. First you're a Fishbone, then you got to get to about level 20, then you become a Red Eyes, then you got to kill another Red Eyes, and if you fail, then you kind of got to restart, and then you'll become a Menos. And once you're a Menos, you just need to kill 30 different hollows and also survive for 30 minutes, and then you're a Jukas. Then to become a Vastalorde, you need 1.7k kills, but it's not as bad as that sounds. Every different hollow is a different kill value, so it's really not as bad like I said. But once you finally reach Vastalorde, just rip off your mask and then progress like basically a Soul Reaper or a Quincy. I did cover pretty much everything that you guys are gonna need to know off rip, but there are some things that you guys might need my help with. So if you guys do, just pull up to my Twitch. I will be helping you guys on my Twitch. I stream pretty much every day, and I stream Peroxide a lot. So if y'all want to pull up, pull up. And if y'all want to like and subscribe, it helps the algorithm. But either way, I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all. Later.
Life. There's Roblox.